I'm a 56-year-old rural gun-owning white guy. If Kamala Harris thinks I'll vote for her, she's right. One of the reasons that I'm voting Democrat up and down the ballot this year has absolutely nothing to do with any politician's policies or promises. It has everything to do with this: the United States Constitution. The original Constitution didn't say anything about us having a right to vote. But since the Civil War, the 15th, the 19th, and the 25th Amendments were passed by we the people. We said that the right to vote shall not be abridged based on the color of your skin, based on your sex. As long as you're above the age of 18, it shall not be abridged based on your age. We declared as a people that these things are important, and that the right to vote does exist. And over the last 20 years or so, the Republicans, well, it just hasn't been working for them. You see, they can't win elections on ideas, especially down in the South. So what they're doing is they're going around and they're finding ways to keep people from voting. They're going to say, we got a voter ID law, and then we're going to make it almost impossible for you to get an ID. Down in Texas, just a couple of days ago, the state attorney general, he went and raided the homes, multiple, of people who belong to an organization that gets out and gets people registered to vote. Down south, they make it so hard for people to vote unless you're the right kind of voter. If they know you're a Republican and likely to vote Republican, well, you're going to have plenty of polling places in your neighborhoods. You're going to be able to take some time off of work or from the golf course or whatever, and you're going to be able to run down there and vote in no time and get back to your second round. But if you're not likely to vote for a Republican, well, they're going to make sure that you have to drive a long ways to get to that polling place. They're going to make sure that the voting hours that maybe you can't get off of work to go vote, so we're not going to give you time to vote after work either. And if somebody brings you a bottle of water while you're standing in line on a hot day waiting to vote, well, nope, that's against the law now. Another tactic that I've never seen so blatant and brazen as this year is knocking people off of the voter rolls. Check your voter registration, folks, especially in them southern states and Ohio, and there's a couple others. The Republicans in control are finding ways to kick people off the voter registration. So people are going to show up on election day to vote. They're not going to be able to. That is why Republicans can't win on their arguments. They have to make it harder and harder and harder for non-Republicans to vote. That's the only way they can win an election. And still, they lose. And what do they do when they lose? They run to court. They make up all kinds of nonsense legal arguments, and then they lose those too. And then what do? Well, if it's presidential level, they send a bunch of idiots to Washington to try and stop Congress from counting the vote. These guys will do anything. We're seeing it. Hell, just this year, Donald Trump has said that you only got to vote one more time. I'm voting Democrat up and down the ballot this year, in part because I believe in democracy. I believe in the right to vote, and I want to protect it. Good day.